I could definitely make up that time, but I'm early enough in the run that I can just go ahead and reset real quick. It's not that big a deal. Alright. Yeah, the community campaign was made kind of like as a sequel to the regular campaign. So the beginning of the campaign is kind of similar in difficulty to the end of the regular campaign as far as like casual difficulty goes. And so as a result, there we go. Got the fast strat. There we go. Okay. So yeah, as a result, by the end of the community campaign, the difficulty is significantly harder than anything you see in the regular campaign. And by proxy, that means the speedrun is a lot harder than what you'll see with the regular campaign, and so that is partially why this run is so unoptimized. It's also partially because not many people run it, in that it has 2 people who have ever done a run of the campaign. The community campaign, I should say. And so, you know, not a lot of competition, but it is a fun run, and a good number of people have played through it. It's just not that many people speedrun it. I mean, it does get to show off a lot of cool things that the regular campaign doesn't, either because it is, you know, difficult tech and tricks that you would never see in the regular campaign because the devs didn't know it was a thing when they made the campaign, or it features content that was added to the game post-launch. So yeah, there was one content update that this game got a couple months after launch, and so as a result, anything that is in that content update was not featured in the campaign because it didn't exist when they made the campaign. And so the community campaign helps to, you know, rectify that by making levels that feature that stuff, like the Shade power-up, which was not in the regular campaign, or a handful of enemies that were not featured in the regular campaign because they were added post-launch. But that is not until a bit later in the community campaign, because it is also split up into 4 sections, and each section has like a kind of like soft theming similar to the regular campaign in terms of like the biome and stuff like that. And each part of the campaign also increases in difficulty and also ends off with a boss fight. And the boss fights are not easy. They range from kind of long, sort of auto-scrollers type stuff to some of my least favorite levels in the run, to some of my not least favorite levels in the run that are still really difficult. This. Okay. Cool. That was pretty good. Nice. Small gold. But yeah, because this is a, you know, makes the assumption that you've already played the regular campaign, it does kind of just throw you straight into the deep end with a lot of game mechanics, and expects that you already know how to use all of them, like all of the power-ups, for example. Or at least all of the power-ups that were in the regular campaign. Which is why we have so many levels early on that are using those power-ups. Yes, the rebound is one of those things included in the power-ups that you see here, because you're expected to already know about them. I'm also very glad that I've been able to get the package hop on this level consistently, because It'd be very bad if I missed it, and it is easy enough that I am comfortable going for it. Alright, let's not mess up the level this time. And not lose 40 seconds here. If I lose time here, you know, it is what it is, but let's not lose 40 seconds specifically. Ah, damn it. Alright, that is unfortunate. That's not gonna work. Nope. Okay. Dang it. I was getting this fine in practice earlier, and then now all of a sudden I can't get it consistently anymore. Okay, well, that's not great, but I will keep going. That's passable. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Lots of scuff, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Alright, I do only have to kill 3 of those pop jaws to make it through that door, and there's 5 of them. So there is some room for leeway, but, you know, getting 3 kills quickly is easier said than done. Alright, still lost 30 seconds there, which is a little unfortunate, but I'll keep going. That's not unrecoverable or anything. And I will not go for the unassisted pixel jump at the start. Because I'm just gonna miss it and then lose more time. Oh, come on. That's unfortunate. And yeah, there is a good number of Kaizo-ish levels throughout the community campaign as well. Because why not? They're made by users. You'd be very surprised if you took a collection of user levels and there was nothing Kaizo-y in there. This cycle's gonna be a little different from what I want. Alright, so I'm not gonna get my my usual here. So I'm gonna have to wing it a little bit. So yeah, the cycles are gonna be a little different from what I normally get because I was a little slower than usual, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. As long as I still get through the level quickly. That's not what I meant to do. Alright, let me do my actual strat here, even though I'm going to lose time now. I meant to throw that down and not forward, but it happens. Alright, so I'm losing more time here. Oh well, I can make that up later. I would say the campaign definitely has a couple little tiny levels. I wouldn't say it has a lot of them, but it definitely has a couple. And because most of the less polished levels in the community campaign are relegated to the side paths and optional levels, which is partially, like, I wouldn't really say many of them, if any of them, are actual little tiny levels, but there's definitely some experimental levels, I think is the nice way of putting it, throughout the side paths. And at least one level that I outright just don't like. And I have beef with that level. But I will obviously not be playing it, so we don't have to find out why I have beef with that level. If you watched me when I played through the community campaign casually, you would know what level I'm talking about. But those VODs are not available on Twitch anymore. I still have them locally. I could probably like upload those to YouTube or something, even if they're only like unlisted. But I do still have them on my hard drive. Yeah, this is the first boss of the community campaign. The boss of the first area. It's kind of auto-scrollery. Like, you're still doing stuff the whole time. It's not like you're just sitting there waiting for the level to end, but it is definitely not a level that is fast. And if you do mess it up, it is very, very costly. So you do need to be a little bit careful to make sure you don't mess that up. Yeah, there is a strat to do this ending a little bit faster where you can you know, jump off one of the cannon shots in order to get up to the peanut faster, but it's one of those strats where, like, it saves a couple seconds at most, and if you mess it up, you have to redo the entire level, so I just don't bother doing it. Because it's not worth the risk to me. Alright, but now we get the shade. Because Area 2 is the one that starts introducing the new content that was added in the Void update. Including the Shade power-up. The Shade's a lot of fun. I like the Shade as a power-up a lot. And a lot of the levels made to use the Shade are pretty fun as well. Not all of them are the best things I've ever played, but a lot of them are pretty fun to try and do fast, which I do appreciate. This one's kind of middle of the pack for me in terms of how much I like it. It's a fun level, but it is not the most fun level to speedrun. Just because it's, you know, a little awkward in some of these sections to do it quickly. There we go. Alright, big gold though. Oh, that's unfortunate. I got the shoe. Yeah, funny consequence of playing the community campaign using the uploaded levels and not like the mod that replaces the regular campaign is that as a consequence of that, we still have the global leaderboards for every level. And if you end up on the leaderboard, it plays a little animation and like puts your time there. But that little animation loses you like a second. So the funny thing is, you don't want to do so well that you end up on that leaderboard because it'll lose your time. Just like a little funny consequence of playing the specific versions of the levels that I'm playing. Oh, come on. Let me through. So, like, technically it is optimal to go and make it so that every level has such a good time that you'll never beat it during a run. That is technically optimal. And for most of these levels, that is the case, but not all of them, obviously. I never actually got a good run of Arity's level, and so I finally did. And I got it during a run. So technically it lost me time. But I did save more time on that level than I lost from the animation, so it's not that big a deal. Just wait for all of them to die, because I don't feel like trying to dodge them later in the level. Because they will follow me to the ends of the earth. And so if I don't take them out when they are not problematic, they will keep following me and then be problematic later. Because the last thing I need during this giant chase section is for a random jabber to come out of nowhere with a steel chair and just absolutely demolish me. Almost got hit by that back rat. That was closer than I would have liked. That's fine. Okay. If we didn't have enough jabbers yet, it's time for some more. With some gibbers in there for good measure. Well, that's an unfortunate death. Yeah, these gibbers and jabbers are some of the enemies that were added in the Void update, so they don't feature in the regular campaign. Dang, I had some free time to save on that level if I didn't die. Oh well. Right, this is one of my least favorite levels when it comes to grinding out the IL for. Because in the IL, you don't kill any of the jabbers. And trying to do this level without killing any of the jabbers is absolutely horrible. Alright, well, let me just stop trying to go too fast here and do this level normally, I guess. As you can see, they follow you for the whole level, and that is very, very bad. I'm just gonna let this guy come all the way over and kill him. Yes, yeah, throughout all of these platforming sections later in the level, they just cause so many problems if they're left alive. Whoops, that's unfortunate. So because of that, this is one of my least favorite ILs to grind out. It is just so frustrating to make it through the entire level just to have one of them be in the wrong spot at the wrong time and kill your entire run. Or be halfway through the level and have that happen. Or a quarter of the way through the level and have that happen. Really, it can literally happen anywhere. Like I said, that is why I don't like running that level on its own. And so that's why in full runs, I just kill all of the jabbers from the start. I don't play around. And as you can see, even when I was killing all of them, I still did not do that level perfectly, so take that as you will. Alright, now it's time for another auto-scroller. You can actually save some time in this auto-scroller, because halfway through at the checkpoint that's halfway through, it does reset the camera placement once you pass the checkpoint, so if you get to the checkpoint early... God damn it. Well, there goes 20 seconds down the drain, because I was an idiot. But if you get to the checkpoint early, it is possible to make the level advance slightly further than it would normally, and that can save you like a second or two, if you do it well. And then also, you know, the faster you get to the end of the level, the faster you finish the level. But I do not really worry about any of that stuff during runs, because in full run attempts, there's no reason to play things risky. When one death can lose you like 15, 20 seconds or more. Because you tried to get greedy by saving 1 second. And I wasn't even getting greedy, I just messed up and I lost tons of time on this level, so that is very unfortunate. But some time loss is not the end of the world. Yep, 20 seconds lost on level is not great, but I can make it up. I will say the one minor problem with running the game through the playlist system in your bookmarks is that there is a minor bug with the bookmark menu that requires me to refresh the bookmark menu after the 20 level mark and then the 30 level mark, because otherwise the menu will not display the correct levels and you cannot continue without refreshing it. Come on. Which is just an unfortunate little bug, but as long as you know that it exists, it loses you maybe like 2 or 3 seconds to refresh the menu. It's not that big a deal. It would lose you way more time if you didn't know about it. And you try to move to the next page, and it just doesn't display the right levels. Alright, despite being 50 seconds behind, I have a lot of time to save later in the run. So losing it here is not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. Dang it, still didn't make that cycle. And my estimate for multi-thon is 55 minutes, so like, we're fine. Oh, come on. It's like the reason why I was fine setting the estimate so close to my PB, which I normally wouldn't do, is because I knew that my PB was bad. And had a ton of time save all throughout. As indicated by doing my first run of this category in like 4 months, and then I beat that time by like 30 seconds. Come on. This part's not hard. I shouldn't be messing it up like this. Alright. If this run continues like this, I am not going to PB during this run, which is unfortunate, but we'll see. I lost a lot of time in some of the later levels, so, you know, it is what it is. Just time save for next time. But yeah, losing 40 seconds on a level is not very good, to put it nicely. Right, but I've got a good amount of time save on this level if I get through it quickly. Are you... Okay, that death was super dumb. I can still save time, even despite that death, but that death is not going to make it easier. Because while I didn't have any, like, super costly mistakes or anything during this level last time, I definitely did not do it perfectly. Okay. Damage is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Come on, get in the hole, please. Thank you. Alright. There we go. And I didn't get soft lock. That was very not that great, and I golded it by 5 seconds. So that gives you an indication of how that one could be better. Or at least how much that one could be better by. And that is not the only level where my gold is not very good. Oh, come on. Alright, and then this level marks the beginning of when Elite Tech is required in the campaign. Because this one is what teaches you the super jump, which is the bread and butter of Elite Tech in this game. I should have reset there. And this is the level that teaches you it. And so from this point onwards, super jumps will be required in a lot of levels. which obviously would not be the case with the regular campaign because the devs didn't know about it when they made most of those levels. Because this is not intended tech, but it is tech that exists nonetheless. Alright, that was not great execution for this level. But that's okay. It is what it is. Alright, I definitely have some time save on this one, because I did decently on it earlier, but I definitely could have done a lot better. Oh, come on. There's a good number of spots in this level where I could be doing them slightly faster, using some riskier strategies, but it's a long enough level that I don't really care to. Alright, I got most of them with that one bomb, that's good. My goal is always to kill as many of the Swoopadoops with the bomb as I can, but it is easier said than done. I have pretty much no control over the Swoopadoops end up a lot of the time. Or at least minimal control. Missed the grab on the Wingerang, but that's okay. As long as I didn't miss the Wingerang itself, not that big a deal. Yeah, I messed up that timing pretty badly. That's a pretty sizable mistake, unfortunately. Alright, well, there goes any chance I had of golding this. My streak of not doing particularly great on this level continues. Continues some more. That sucks. Oh well, that's why I'm doing runs today, so that I don't make these mistakes during the marathon. At least I minimize them during the marathon. So I make them today, I might not make them tomorrow. Oh, come on! I hate Crumpler Hops, dude. Oh, come on. Alright, well, I'm definitely losing some time on this one. Come on. Well, now I'm losing a lot of time on this one. That was a pretty bad death. Because this level went very well earlier. How did I miss the super jump, man? Come on. Alright, I'm not at the point now where, like, this run is unrecoverable still, but it is getting a lot harder to recover it as time continues. But that's okay. I didn't come into stream today trying to world record. If it happened, it happened. But the main thing is I just wanted to make sure I was ready to go for the marathon. And world record did end up happening, so, you know, pulling off both is not a bad thing either. Yeah, this run of this level has been very not good, to put it nicely. I might even go so far as to say it was outright bad. Yeah, I lost 50 damn seconds on it. That is very bad. Oh well. I lost a lot of time on this level during the run earlier, so I can save a good chunk if I just do it correctly. so good. That's fine. That's a very inconsequential death in the scheme of things. Okay. Alright, that death's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. Oh, god damn it. Okay, well, I can still save time on this level, but I am not saving as much as I could. I've not been playing this level the best. I need to stop playing things as fast and loose when I have the ripcord. Alright. I could definitely gold that level by a lot, I feel like. Or at least somewhat I can gold that level. Oh well, good enough. I still did save a good chunk of time, even if I didn't save all of it. Alright, this level's a fun one for me. I like running this level a lot. Almost really bad. I almost messed things up with the Shade Rune, but that's okay. Made it work. Okay, definitely not perfect execution or anything, but this is more than good enough for what I want. Alright. And I golded by almost 10 seconds, so can't complain too much. That was a pretty solid run. Alright, off to a great start. Died to literally the first enemy, and then followed by the first obstacle. That's okay. I have a lot of time to save on this level by just not playing it really poorly. I will not be saving all of it, obviously, but I could save some of it at least, I hope. Oh, come on. Alright, well. All this is telling me is that I probably need to practice this level a little bit, because it has not been going too great today. But that's not the end of the world. Still a fun level. I still like this level, even if I do mess it up a lot. Come on. Man. Ow, god damn it. Dude. Alright. Alright, well at this rate I don't even know if I'm going to be saving time. Okay, I still saved a little bit of time on the level, but that was not very good. That was definitely a level that I had most of my time save. Like, I had a lot of time save on, and I did not save, like, almost any of it. Got a little bit, but not much. And I re-grabbed the shell too early. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Oh, I did not time that correctly. Damn it. That's unfortunate. This level was going pretty well up until then, too. And then I mess up that shell jump as a result. Damn it. That sucks. Should have just waited like I was doing earlier. Oh well. Losing time on this level is very unfortunate, but it happens. It actually went not perfectly earlier, but it went pretty well earlier, all things considered. Okay. Not too shabby, though. I did lose 20 seconds, which is unfortunate, but that could have been a lot worse. Alright, on to the final few levels. And if this first level goes well, I will save almost all of the time that I'm behind right now. But this is a very, very difficult level to do well, so I am not expecting it to go perfectly, at least not the first try. Whiffed that shot. Okay. Alright, one more. No, not one more, two more. Forgot about how much health this guy has. It's 12. Okay. That was not great, but it was better than earlier by a good margin. So I didn't save all the time I had to save on that level, but I did save almost a minute. So I will take it. That was the boss of the third section, and that is one of the hardest levels in the entire run to do quickly. Especially because if you make a single mistake, well, not a single mistake because it gives you some armor, but like, if you do die on that level, you gotta redo the entire thing. There is no checkpoints. Alright, doing that level first try is actually huge, though. No deaths on that level is not easy. Alright, this is another level that I can save a good chunk of time if it goes well. This was not perfect earlier. Yes! Got that first try. Hell yeah. And then I immediately died, but that is at least not a death that matters all that much. yeah, that section is meant to be done with Slurb, which slows you down. And, you know, I YOLO it and don't use Slurb for it, because going slower is slow. But that also makes that section significantly harder, so I'm very glad I got that first try. Because it only saves like a handful of seconds if you get it first try, and so dying and not getting it first try is very bad. Teleport a little too early. Okay. Big gold, lots of time save. And that could obviously be better still. Was not perfect. Alright, got that almost perfectly. Hell yeah. Solid gold. Because golding by multiple seconds on level at this point is pretty good. Alright, lots of time to save on this level if it goes well, but that's a big if. Because this is one of the hardest levels in the entire run. Because it is just entirely elite tech. I almost got that first try. Oh well. Not getting it first try isn't the end of the world. I just need to get it. Like that. There we go. Alright, that was pretty solid. Not perfect or anything, because I still lost time to gold, but we are ahead of PB now. Despite everything that's happened through this run, we are green. And so if these last two levels go well, that's a new record. I just messed up the cycles because I took too long at the beginning there, but whatever, it's fine. But yeah, it's all going to come down to these last two levels. If they go well, you know, awesome. If they don't, that's unfortunate. Only one way to find out, and that's to finish the damn run. Because I definitely have a good chunk of time save in both of these levels, but they are also not easy levels. They are, in fact, quite difficult. So we will see what happens. But yeah, this level is kind of like a last hurrah kind of level where it remixes a ton of stuff from throughout the campaign and from a bunch of different levels. So yeah, it's kind of like a huge medley of everything throughout the campaign so far. And each of these sections is, generally speaking, harder than the original versions of the levels were. So that is why this one is so hard, because it's just a really long level with a lot of difficult sections. Alright, I am definitely not doing my best work so far. I can, if the last section goes perfectly, I could save time here, but I am not doing too hot. Damn it. I shouldn't have gone for that. Why did I go for that? Damn it! Alright, that's gonna make this even harder to save time on now. Okay, last section. If I get this first try, I think I will still save time on this level. But getting it first try is not easy. I think I got like a 3-minute time in my PB in-game time for this level. So even if I were to finish this level on this attempt, I would not be saving that much time. Which is unfortunate, but if I save any time, I'm happy. Okay. I still managed to save almost 30 seconds, which is actually kind of surprising. I'm okay with that. Alright, now for the final boss. In PB, I got everything first try except for the last phase, which I ended up taking a while on. So, let's see how this goes. This is it. The final hurrah for the community campaign. Alright, phase 1 complete. Stop giving me homing rockets, dude. Okay. Are you? God damn it. That is frustrating. That was my own fault. I should have died there, but I'm still annoyed about it. Alright. Now for the second half of phase 2. Alright, phase 2 is complete. If I get a good phase 3 and 4, this will still save time here, even with that mistake in phase 2. Because phase 4 did not go too great last time. But I gotta get past phase 3 first. I did not get it first try. Damn it. That sucks. That's the wrong part of the... Okay. That's... I just had a brain fart and forgot how the attacks were. Yeah, I meant... Attacks went, or the attacks weren't? Not the attacks weren't. Okay. That's fine. We're chilling. Okay. Time for the final phase. If I can get this reasonably quickly, we are in good shape. Easier said than done, of course. Because this phase is my least favorite, because it's the most RNG dependent. I'm a little annoyed about that. Alright, I'm very annoyed about that. Yep, okay. This is about what I expect from this phase. This phase is very unfortunate. Come on, man. It is just not playing nice with me tonight. come on, man. I still didn't get the sub 50. I mean, that's technically another PB and a world record. But, like, come on, man. Really? I mean, that is a very funny PB. But, it is what it is. That wasn't a good run anyway. I was like 2 minutes behind at one point. At 2 points, even. That was not a great run by any metrics. So the fact that I almost PB'd at... Like, I almost got a good PB at all is kind of wild. And the fact that I even did PB in the first place is silly. Because, like, you look at the beginning, it started off okay, then it went red and stayed red for the entire thing. And even got more red for most of it. And then I clawed it back near the end by not botching a bunch of levels that I botched last time. So this time save is a lot more well-rounded now, at the very least, in that it's not all coming from the last, like, 6 levels. But at the same time, it's kind of nice having that much time save at the end. And now I have even more time save on the final level. Oh well. I'll take it. It is what it is.